both she and it are nowhere to be found. It's been 5 days now, and not a single shred of evidence has been found of her, other than her tent and a few belongings at the campsite. Strangely, there was no evidence of a struggle. She's just gone. Even her cook pan was on the fire, looking like she had been cooking when she disappeared. Also, some of her important belongings were still at the campsite, so we're convinced she just didn't leave on her own. At least, not without meaning to return. We're not telling visitors what's happening. We've been instructed to just say that we don't have any concrete details yet, and ask for their help if they see anything. But I have this urge to go out there and tell people what we think is really going on. It's so scary, and I hope she's okay. I normally wouldn't share the truth with the public like this, basically because we've been told not to, and I can lose my job. But I feel like people should know what really happens here. It was actually her family that first notified us when they didn't hear from her for a few days. They said she normally would at least send a text once a day. We looked and found her name in our logs, and we headed out to where she was camping. And that's when we found the footprints, but no sign of her. We instantly knew something was wrong. I'll share with you now why we were instantly on alert. 3 years ago, almost...
Exelon.
There were signs of a creature attacking and consuming him, including fur and certain marks on the body. I won't get into the gory part, but the creature left quite a bit of evidence behind that helped us know it wasn't human. Basically, exactly the same footprints found at this girl's site. We've never been able to find out what the creature exactly looks like, and we're hesitant to call in forensics experts as we don't really want this getting out there. But we are really petrified knowing that this thing is out there. And now this woman has gone missing in the same way. And we have no idea where she is. The unknowing is really what's hardest for me. I wish the higher-ups would just allow experts to come in and help us. I mean, who knows what this creature could do next? I'm scared it could come after one of us, target and follow us while we're out searching for it. We've been scouring the area for any sign of her, but we just can't find anything. And the only thing we have to go on is this creature's prints, which are huge. Some people think that she wandered off and got lost, but I don't believe that. She was an experienced hiker, apparently, and she knew these woods very well. And plus, if she had just wandered off, why was her gear all left behind? And her purse. Her family says there's no way she would have left without any of that. Being in the outdoors was her refuge, and her gear meant everything to her. So, what does the creature look like? We don't really know, but it's big, and it has strange footprints like I mentioned. I guess I am fixated on those footprints, but it's true because I can't get them out of my mind. Some say they think it's like a Sasquatch, but I sort of doubt that too. This creature is something else. Something new that hasn't been identified yet. I think we've never seen anything like it before. That's my guess. Whatever it is, we need to find it and get it out of the area. It's not safe for anyone here, especially not for the visitors who come here thinking they're in one of the safest places on earth. I'm scared, and I don't know what else to do. Please, if any of you have seen anything, please just let me know.
I've never heard anyone report anything like this on your show before, so I'm not sure if it's even something you'd be willing to use. But after several years of kicking around the idea of going public with this story, I decided to give your show a shot. When I was a kid, I lived in rural Louisiana with my mom, dad, and 2 sisters. I was the middle kid. The middle kids tend to be the loners of the pack. I spent a lot of time out stomping around in the wilderness, but because of venomous snakes, alligators, and the like, my parents were constantly telling me that I needed to stick close to the house. Of course, I rarely listened to them, and I would find reason to sneak off as often as possible. Eventually, they gave up on trying to keep me corralled indoors and simply told me to be home by mealtimes to check in. And summer of '92, I was 12. Being summer, I hadn't seen my friends in weeks because the only time I ever really went out was to go to school. So with school closed and me so far from town, it took some effort to get to hang out with them. My mom always knew this was hard for us kids, so she planned a few slumber parties throughout the summer so that we could get our friends out to the house to hang out and catch up during the long break. One night, she planned one of these get-togethers for me and my friends. My two best friends, Chris and